Hopefully by now you can guess who I am. I'm Dr. Money, and I'm coming to you from where? From the prosperity corner of the universe, where what? Where what? Where silliness is sacred and nobody's perfect. I am your P.O.P., your professor of prosperity, and I'm here so that all of our lives can just pop with prosperity. Pop. A lot of people say we can't let this COVID-19 virus get us down. And I'm saying, yeah, we can let it get us down. We just don't want we don't want to get down all the time. Because I think we would be insensitive if we didn't look at the terror and the tragedy of people dying and say, that's okay, whatever. But no, we just want our energy and our light and our life force to be okay. But we will grieve, we will be upset. This is a terrible and tragic time. But yet, sometimes when we're going through really bad times, we feel guilty for having it really good while others have it really bad. And so we want to maybe punish ourselves. And I'm suggesting that it is really okay to feel good. And that's where gratitude comes in, of course, and that is when we appreciate what we have, then we can lift our spirits and not feel ashamed because we have it better than other people. I want to talk about the quantum field. Now, I do not understand the quantum field, F-I-E-L-D. I know with my southern accent, it's tough to get any words. But I could be talking about feeling my jaw, but no, it said F-I-E-L-D. And the quantum field is something that's really unfathomable. We can't really get it. It's so big, but I understand that in the quantum field, that when we put energy in, then maybe something happens, maybe particles come into being. But whatever the quantum field is, it's different than our local mind field. It's something that's much more powerful. Maybe it is the field of all creation. So it seems like everything has its own field. For example, a atom maybe has a field of atoms, or when it was broken down, a field of bosons, or everything has a field. But I'm thinking that when, for example, a woman, a little tiny woman's child is under a car and she can lift it up, that she's getting energy from a quantum field because her muscles are not prepared. You don't have the energy. You can't do that. It's impossible to do that. So there's some strength, there's something that goes beyond what we know in the physical universe. I read a story about a man who ran the Boston Marathon, and part of the way through the marathon, he heard this crack and his leg hurt, and he said, "Look, I've been working on this forever. I'm going to keep going." And he kept going, and when he crossed the finish line, he collapsed. His leg was broken. His muscles had formed a cast over his leg, and as long as he ran, it held. And then when he crossed over the field, the energy was gone and he collapsed. So I think there's some field that we can key into. And I'm thinking, well, what is the prosperity field? Maybe we can't see how things can come to us in terms of prosperity, but maybe there's something that we can key into that is much bigger than anything that we can logically figure out. This is the quantum field. So what happens when we send our affirmations into the quantum field, or we draw out from the quantum field? How do we do that? We use our affirmations, we use our intentions, we use our imagination to let go of these thoughts. Think about limiting thoughts as having an actual presence. Like they have energy, frequency, and mass. And so here's a quantum field here, but our thoughts have squashed down our beliefs. And so that's really all, this is the field we can create in, because we've got these beliefs that have energy and mass that are holding our thoughts down. So what happens as we begin to work with affirmations, we begin to undo those beliefs. You can see that they're whole, so that then our energies are going up and they're mixing with the quantum field. And when we put more energy into the quantum field, what we get is some kind of creation. And so that's why we want to work with something more than just our regular thoughts, and we want to open our minds, we want to open our imaginations, we want to open our energies. our emotions to a different field of consciousness than this local consciousness. It's not magic, it's not voodoo, it's all got a scientific reasoning behind it. When I say science, I mean there's certain laws that govern this, but we haven't discovered all of them. But we do know in metaphysics that when we have an intention and then we visualize and then when we feel, so we're putting energy into all this, and we're putting energy in the quantum field. If we don't put energy in the quantum field and everything we're doing is just, it is layered by these limits of our beliefs, then they just kind of go up here and they just never go anywhere. But when we open our mind in different ways, especially through stillness, then these thoughts can go up and they can come back and create something more solid in our lives. Just a few thoughts today. So I'm thinking, my quantum field is working for me. My quantum field is working for me. I have this ache that I get in my leg. I got aches all over. I'm 71. I've got scoliosis, and I'm moving and doing all this stuff with my body, and my leg really hurts, and sometimes my back really hurts, and I just go, okay, I'm getting the energy from the quantum field. My body is not set up mechanically so that it can work and it's going to feel right, but I'm going to get the energy from another place and another space to come down and lift my body up. And just like that Boston Marathon runner, I'm going to be able to move in a way that I can get through this. I remember Shirley MacLaine tells a story when she was doing, I think, a Broadway play, and she was so ill that she could barely even stand up. And she walks up to the edge of the stage, and she's got to do this dance routine, this complicated dance routine. She walks up to the edge of the stage, she walks out, does this incredible dance routine, and goes off stage and collapses. I'd say she was in the quantum field. Let's join the quantum field now, just through our breath. And as we breathe in our good. And as we exhale our intention that all beings are safe and well. They have what they need when they need it. Happy Earth Day. This is Dr. Money, and I want you to remember one more thing for sure, and that is that I love you.